YouTube. What are we going to look at today? We are going to do the full review of the Asher Knives Nomad Framelock. And then I'm going to shoot another video right after this to compare it to the Nomad 2.0. But before we get into any of that, if you guys are watching on headphones, turn down the volume because here comes a little bit of music. Mike here. Just wanted to throw it out there so that future Mike always forgets. If you haven't checked out the merch store, there's a lot of stuff in there. I got sweatshirts, I got t-shirts, I got coffee cups. There's a link in the description. If you want to support the channel, all the sales go to the merch store and providing the stuff, but then it also, I get a portion of the take of it. So like I said, merch store, sweatshirts, t-shirts, coffee cups, they're all really nice. Now, back to future Mike so he can tell you about a knife. So guys, this is the Nomad Framelock by Asher Knives. This is a great little knife. This came in from Jared over at Neves Knives, and it's an affordable folding knife that I was kind of concerned that I wasn't gonna like the quality of, but once I got it in hand, really, really like this. And for those of you who have been enjoying this is Jelly Marble Runs. There definitely will be a link to this in the subscriptions, or in the description. If you've watched YouTube for more than like 5 minutes, you know about this because this guy's got millions of followers and all he does is marble runs. So does them like the Olympics. So, all right guys, without any further ado, let's go ahead and let's meet down at the counter before my wife continues to make that much noise in the background. And we will take a good look at this Asher Knives Nomad Framelock. All right guys, this is the Nomad Framelock by Asher Knives. And like I said, this came in from Jared over at Neves Knives. So once again, shout out to him for providing me with stuff for content. This is a nice budget, full frame lock knife with pretty good action. So let's get into some specs. So you're looking at an overall length of 7.4 inches with a closed length of 4.2 with a blade length of 3.2. So not a big knife, but also not really small. This is a drop point in S35VN. I'm a fan of this steel. You know, it has its down points, but it's pretty good steel. So you're looking at stainless steel frame lock. So this is a stainless steel lock bar, lock scale with a G10 lock scale. And it's running on ceramic caged bearings. Now, I didn't find a weight listed, but we're going to go ahead and we'll get the scale out. All right, so got the scale set up. Let's see if we can at least get a baseline kind of in ounces. You're looking at 3 1/8 ounce in grams. That's going to be, let me zero this out here. In grams, that's going to be right at about 88 grams. So not a real heavy knife, but also not super light. But I mean, you can feel it's got some heft in hand. So let's go ahead and get the scale out. Guys, we got most of the specs out of the way. The only thing, I already measured this and I wrote it down. Blade thickness on this is they have it listed as 0.09. I measured it, it's 0.0945, 0.095. So nice thin edge. Now, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now, I will tell you, Jared specifically told me that he put that sharpening notch in himself. He did that done aftermarket. So let's go ahead and zoom in and we'll take a good close look at this. G10 on this, done really well. Nice and thin knife. You can see some of the machining on the inside of that lock bar. And I will say that's one of the things, it is a little sharp on that lock bar cutout. But when you're looking at a knife that is, you know, a budget knife, it's not that bad. Steel on this is S35VN. I did use this a good bit during the move, and it seemed to hold its edge pretty well. Now, I did notice that it had a little bit of lock rock. And so I tightened this down, and I got rid of almost all, like if I really try, I can feel there's a little bit of wiggle in that. But in all honesty, it's really not that bad compared to some other more expensive knives. The Made of benches, you know who I'm talking about. So when you're talking about the fact that the price point on this is fairly not too bad, actually. Pocket clip on it is not horrible. It does move a little bit, even though I tightened those down. So, you know, just some minor little things that you can see with thumb studs on it are a little sharp, and they do stand up a little higher than I would like. And when I say that, it means they stand up significantly above, you can see right above the scales there. Is it a big deal? No, but I happen to like them to be a little bit, not necessarily flush, but a little closer to flush, because it has a tendency to catch on things. This is one of those knives that in my pants will catch, the thumb studs will catch the seams of the inside lining, where the lining is sewn into my jeans. The pocket clip is reversible, so that's a non-issue if you happen to be lefty. Thin overall package, like I said, pocket clip's not horrible. It's just, like I said, it's a little bit wobbly. Action on this, though, is really, really good. There is no issue with lock stick. There's no real problem getting the lock bar disting. Even though this is pretty thin, they have, as you can see, this is lower and you've got a raised area there where you can get it on that lock bar, get right in on it. This does run on caged ceramic bearings, so you guys will get to see that when we do the take apart for this on the What's Inside series. Now, I will tell you there is another version of this knife that I currently have out right here that is not going to get its own independent review. This is the Nomad 2.0. I'm not going to, well, it might get its own review, but it's not going to get first impressions because these knives are so similar. I'm going to film a little bit later today a versus video of these two. So I'm kind of torn on which I like better. But as far as this knife, really good action, fit in and out of pocket really nice. It is not super light. It's a G10 scale and backspacer with a stainless steel lock scale. It's not as heavy as I would think, and it's really easy in and out of pocket. The pocket clip, while it is kind of not the ones not the fashion I like, the pocket clip does not really feel bad in hand. I mean, I can definitely tell it's there, but it is nice in and out of pocket. You've got that scooped up area right there. It does catch a pocket really easily going in. You can just kind of slide it in without wondering whether you're going to catch that pocket clip. And the tension is just about perfect for all things. This would be the video you guys saw the other day. This would be something that I would consider pocket EDC friendly, EDC pocket friendly knife, because the pocket clip is one of those ones that allows you to carry it in just about anything. So yeah, Asher knives, I don't think I've missed anything on this. So we'll go ahead and we'll turn this around. Nothing really frills or bells and whistles on it. That's why it's not such a long review. It's just what it is. It sets itself out to be exactly what it is. It's a nice little working folding knife. And I would have no hesitation in recommending this for a nice little work knife. It cuts well and it carries well. So let's go ahead and turn this around and do some final thoughts, and I'll give you a price. So like I said, guys, I said it in the first impression videos and we'll go ahead and talk about it now. I really found this to be something that when I first saw Asher knives, I saw some pictures online and I kind of felt like they were going to be, I hate to say it, like, because these knives are nice. I thought they were going to be kind of just the cheap Chinese crap that you kind of associate with the old school Chinese budget knives, because they don't have a lot of really good photos, and they just did seem to put off that kind of not high quality vibe. But now that I have one, I have several in hand, I really like them, and I can honestly say I would recommend these. These are nice, and like, you got some bells and whistles that you wouldn't expect at the price point. Like, you have a versatile pocket clip with a cover and everything. It is a steel frame lock. Some people are like, oh, for steel frame locks, but you know, titanium frame locks have their own issues if they don't have a steel lock bar insert. So the entire lock bar on this is steel, so you're not really giving up anything. There's not a lot of weight in this. I don't see any weight reduction, but we will definitely look at that in the What's Inside series. But you know, for what you're paying, and so I only found one place that had a price, so I'll let you guys know. These are $75, which it's a little bit pricey, but you know, this is a really good knife. It's ground incredibly well. It comes down really nice. It cuts well. Action on it's good. Lock bar tension is just about perfect. No lock stick, no issues. The bearings are pretty nice. So at $75, could I recommend it? Yeah, absolutely. It's a good little knife. And like I said, we're gonna take a look at the 2.0 versus the Framelock in a video that you guys will see here in a few days. Because it just doesn't make sense to do a full-on video for a knife that is so similar. So guys, that's about it. I hope you guys are liking the new format for the content, some of the stuff that I'm doing. I was trying to do backdrops with the green screen, and the backdrops never, like I had the green screen, but the backdrop for the green screen always looked pretty bad. You had artifacts on your shirt where you would see stuff that, you know, would match with the color. So I thought doing it this way, since I have the TV, would be a little bit, it just makes more sense. And it gives it a little bit more of a professional look. I will work on trying to get rid of some of the glare and get some different lighting and things like that. But all in all, I think this makes it a little bit more professional. If you like the videos, please give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down, but please try to tell me why. Share the videos with as many people as you can. That helps get the channel more traffic. We are doing some giveaways. There are some exclusive giveaways for members. So if you want to become a paying member, there's a link down below in the descriptions where you can join. And if you just like a specific video, you can just give me applause. It's like a tip saying, hey, you did a good job on this video. So that being said, guys, I love you all. Take it easy. Be good to each other. Keep it clean in the comments section. And I will see you in the next video. And we have a new member who's going to be scrolling up right in front of you guys right about now.